Yeah. And it's not even, you know, some organizations or even some shelters, depending upon where you live, they might have something where you can, you know, if you're in that financial spot where you could qualify, but so many other people fall through the cracks where they're
Yeah.
not, um in a situation like, maybe they're on disability, or maybe they just lost their job, but maybe they're the people that are busting their butts every day. Maybe there is one or two salaries, who knows, but they don't qualify for any of these grants or whatever that are out there. So this
Right.
is different. This is great. This is great. Yeah, I like this.
So, and we do have an application process now because we really are trying to reach that group that you talked about. We
Mhm.
are really trying to help that group that literally has no other way. They
Right.
can't fathom living without their pet, but they literally have no other way. They don't have the credit cards or the friends to ask or
Mhm.
anything like that to be able to get their pet care, and their pet is suffering, and it's
Mhm.
literally a life or death choice, and they
Right.
have no other option, and that's when we step in.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, is this excuse me, is this local? Is this only in Kansas? Is it like, talk about that. What's your
Yes.
reach?
Yes. So for now, it is local. We require that people be within a 3-hour distance. And the
Mhm.
reason for that is that we've got a lot of rescue partners that will give us a discount.
Mm,
And so that helps us stretch our dollar even more, if they will give us that
right.
20 or 25% discount. So we like for people to be able to have access to the vets that and the clinics that will give us a discount. But
Mhm.
more than that is that we're just not well funded enough to be nationwide at this point. I hope that one
Sure.
day we will be, but before we put a radius on it, we were getting applications from Washington and Florida and even from
Mm,
Mexico. So as much as I want to help all of those, I felt like we really needed to focus on local first.
right. Yeah. I had an interview with another gentleman, Adam Spencer, and he has an organization. It's a 501c3, and it is called Furlanthropy instead of philanthropy. So nice,
Oh, I
cute
love
little
that.
play on words. Yeah. Um, they they do very similar, because it's like, why have this pet, this dog or this cat, wind up in a shelter or worse, because of a medical bill, that people can't, they just can't afford it, and it's like, so yeah, I'm gonna share his information with you. I think you guys would have a
Yeah,
really, I think he'd be like, you guys would be really good connect for each other,
that
for
would be
sure.
wonderful.
Yeah, he's so sweet. He is really a sweet guy. Um, and just real quick, the way the organization started was an adoption of a dog that needed medical care and was turned in to the shelter. And when you talk to him, he'll tell you the whole story. It's amazing story, really. It's really cool. But yeah, it's such a need. I was at one point in my life in a similar situation, and there weren't any organizations out there or help, you know, um, to be able to, um, donate money for the care of, my dog and stuff.
Right.
So it's a very hard situation, because you also, I know from being in a similar situation, that you also feel guilty that you're not a good pet owner because you can't take care of them, and blah blah
Absolutely.
blah 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 blah. And that's like, you would do anything for your pet. It's just, and now tell me about how the funding goes. So somebody contacts you, and tell me that process. They fill out the form, and then what happens?
Right. So they fill out our application on our website, and then we just verify that they've provided all the things that we need, and then we commit to a certain amount. So sometimes we're able to pay the full amount, sometimes we're only able to help with a portion of it. It just kind of depends on the situation, the urgency, and how many other cases we're helping at that time and how much we have. So
Mhm.
it's kind of on a triage basis. So we try to help with the life-threatening ones
That makes
first,
sense.
and then so on. So we kind of triage it just like they would at a vet's office, and the most urgent cases will get help first, and we will do what we
Mhm.
can with there, and then so on. So and then once we have approved that application, we will email them and let them know how much we can help with, and then we call the vet directly on that day of service, or if they're in the hospital, whatever the case might be. We helped with a cute little beagle yesterday who needed foreign body obstruction surgery. So he went in yesterday, had his surgery, and then I called after his surgery and paid that bill. So it kind of just depends. But we have no overhead. We're all volunteer run. Every single
Mhm.
dollar that we raise goes directly to pay vet bills. And we don't ever send people money. We always pay the vets directly.
That was my next question. Like, what does that look like? So you have relationships with vets, you said, in the
Yes.
area and stuff. So that's helpful too. And then now, do you take donations like from anywhere? Like, will you take
Yes.
anybody's money? You know,
Absolutely.
right?
We will take anybody's money.
The donator does not have to be in Kansas City or Kansas at all, people. So if
Right.
you're, somewhere else, another state, maybe you are in Florida,
Correct. Yeah.
donate, donate, for
Yeah.
sure. Now, and it's a 501c3. So it's a tax deductible donation, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. And they can donate on your website directly, or can they
Yes.
mail stuff? I mean, I know
Yeah.
checks are, but there's still some people who use checks and stuff out there. So,
Yeah.
okay. So
They can
let's see.
absolutely send a check. In those cases, I just have people email us from the website, and then I'll send them
Mhm.
our mailing address.
All right. Let me see. Let's go check it out. Let's show the people. So these are your little success stories. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So adorable. Kitties also. Okay. Nice, very nice. Your little reviews. And so if I were to go on here, I would go here, apply for assistance.
Right.
There's probably a link on top, but I do things backwards sometimes. So, okay. And you have everything here. And if you want to donate and you're doing a run, is this a run that you're doing?
Yes, we have a 5K run every October. It's always the
Amazing.
weekend around Lance's birthday, and this upcoming year it happens to be on his birthday. We started it the
Amazing.
first year, and it kind of happened because I was just dreading his birthday so much. I thought
Mhm.
we have really got to do something important on this day, or I'm just never going to make it through emotionally.
Yeah.
And I was like, what can we do? We've got to do something where we can raise some money for the fund and keep me distracted. And so I
Mhm.
just came up with a run and thought, let's just try a 5K and see what happens. So our first year we had 102 runners, and we've done it every year since, and
Sweet.
it just continues to grow.
Sweet. I like it. That's nice.
Yes,
That's
it's a lot
great.
of fun.
That's really awesome. Um, okay, so we've got that and whoops, wrong tab. Let me go back here. Okay, I've got your rescue tab up also. Um, and let's just click on this if this will take us to maybe, yeah. So this is what your donation page looks like. It's totally straightforward. Um,
Yes.
yeah, no hidden nothing. So that's awesome.
And
Like that. Oh wait, am I sharing this one? Maybe not.
then we
Yeah, there
also
we
do
go.
have PayPal and Venmo.
I was gonna ask you that, like, because a lot of people will, use something that's a little bit, more digital, like a PayPal or a Venmo type of thing. But
Right.
do you do Zelle or anything like that, or just
We
PayPal
don't do
and
Zelle yet. Our bank doesn't
okay,
support that yet, but hopefully
okay,
someday.
okay, very cool. And this has been going since
April of
2000
2020.
2020.
Yeah, Lance passed away in March on March 4th of 2020, and
Mhm.
we took in our first dog with the fun on April 15th of 2020.
Okay.
And it's
It's
kind of an interesting story. The first dog that we helped was a little Chihuahua that had a broken leg. And the owner desperately needed some vet care and couldn't afford any of the bills. And so she had messaged me, and I said, yes, we can help. And then asked for some pictures of the dog. And she sent me some pictures of her holding the little dog. And on her left hand, she had the exact same rose tattoo that Lance had on his hand.
oh my gosh.
I mean, they were
That's
nearly identical.
wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, I believe in little signs like that.
Yeah. And
Little
there's just so many
things.
things, we have been so blessed to be so successful at getting people to donate to our little fund and at helping so many dogs that I always say this isn't by accident. He's still helping.
Absolutely. And it's his legacy is living on in
Yeah.
this foundation, which is just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. I love it.